beautiful Sybil, and I shall always remember you as you are now."
"We have to see each other. We just have to,"
Lady Sybil protested. She held out both her arms and raised her lips in a way that the Duke was very familiar with. He was, however, well aware that if he kissed her as she intended him to, she would pull him down on top of her. It would then be difficult for him to escape. With a grace that was unusual in an Englishman, he took hold of both of her hands in his and kissed them one after another. "Thank you again, Sybil," he said softly, and went towards the door.
"Wait, Rory, wait,"
Lady Sybil called out.
"There is something I must say to you."
She realized, however, that the Duke had gone, and she was talking to a closed door. Petulantly, she then threw herself down against the pillows. How could she ever have guessed, she wondered, or imagined, that the Duke would say goodbye in such an unexpected manner? She was well aware that it was a feather in her cap that he had been attentive for so long. His Grace, the Duke of Laverdale, was not only one of the most handsome men, but also one of the most sought after in the whole of London society. The Dukedom of Laverdale was in one of the 3 oldest and most respected noble families in the country. His horses were almost invariably at least placed in all the classic races. Lady Sybil's husband was a good deal older than she was, and although her father's earldom went back for 3 centuries, he was in point of fact a comparatively poor man. Many young men had extolled Lady Sybil as the most beautiful debutante of her year. There was, however, no prospective suitor who was outstandingly rich, with the exception of Lord Mersham. She had therefore married him, and because she could spend his money entertaining extravagantly, and wear some of the finest jewels and gowns in London, they were comparatively happy. When she had first taken a lover, Lady Sybil had been rather nervous, but it was not discovered, and at least her husband had not been aware of it, so she had not hesitated to take another. It would be true to say that she had relished the excitement and thrill of being made love to. Her heart, however, had not really been touched until she had met the Duke of Laverdale. The moment she saw him, she knew that she must somehow find her way into his arms. It was not an easy conquest, for the simple reason that the Duke was continually being pursued, not only by the great London beauties like herself, but also by every ambitious mother in the whole of the beau monde, and they all unanimously wanted their daughter to become the Duchess of Laverdale. The only difficulty was that the Duke himself had no intention of marrying anyone. He had said this often enough to all his friends in White's Club, and they had laughed and accused him of being blasé, until one pointed out, "Oh, you're talking nonsense, Rory, and you know it. You will have to produce an heir sooner or later to stop that poisonous cousin of yours, whom we dislike, stepping into your shoes." "I suppose," another of the Duke's friends added, "you realize that he is trying to borrow money on the fact that he is your heir presumptive." The Duke had already heard about this rumour, and he shrugged his shoulders. "I cannot believe that the moneylenders would be over-generous," he said, "considering that Hubert is 37, and I am 10 years younger." "And then better than you have had a most regrettable accident," another friend remarked. "I think that is most unlikely," the Duke answered, "unless, of course, he shoots me at point-blank range, and in which case he will be hanged." "Many a true word is spoken in jest," his friend volunteered. "I have always been convinced that half the murders attributed to highwaymen have been performed by someone who would benefit from the unfortunate victim's death." "You're making our flesh creep," another member protested. "Leave Rory alone. We like him as he is. Think how boring it would be if he retired to the country with a dull wife and a big family. We would have nothing to talk about. And if I find you talking about